Okay, so I am getting ready to go on vacation. I'll be out of town for about a week, and I don't want to miss out on any opportunity for honey flow. So today, before we take off, I'm going to be adding some honey supers to some of my hives. So I do use queen excluders. I prefer the metal ones, but I do have some plastic ones. I use them just because I've had such bad luck going to extract a frame of honey and finding brood right in the middle of it. So then you pretty much just can't extract the honey. There's no good way about it without getting the brood in there. So I do use queen excluders. Some people call them honey reducers. I've not had that issue, otherwise I wouldn't use them. I think it's well worth it, but you're entitled to your own opinion on that one. But I definitely do like the metal ones compared to the plastic, even though I use both. I have both. This is also a good way to give the bee some extra space before it gets too warm out here, and it will allow for a little more ventilation and there's more space in there like this. So some of these smaller hives that I have that are only a deep and a medium, they might get a honey super whether they're ready for it or not. Man, they glued this down good. It's amazing how well they do that. Oh yeah, look at all that comb built up in there. They are definitely ready for a honey super. I gotta get all this scraped off even before I can add the queen excluder. When I find drones like this, broke open cells, I like to flip them out and look for mites. If I see mites, I know I got an issue. Fortunately, it's very rare that I see mites when I do this. So it makes me feel like I got a pretty good mite control program going on here. I've never really had losses that I thought were mite related. Just scrape that all off. I just plop it down in front. Those bees will actually re-harvest that. Creates a little more work for them, but that's the nice part about having a workforce that's in the hundreds of thousands. Smoke them down. I don't want to scrape many of these. Get a couple of them along the way, unfortunately, that's reality. But you don't have to get them all. Okay, there we go. That is on. I need my box. And these bees are getting a box that is a medium with black double-coated foundation with no drawn comb yet. This hive is pretty full and they can definitely handle the lack of comb. Plus, with all these bees and all this honey and brood up top, that's going to help draw the bees up and draw this out much more quickly. What I do want to do is center the frames a little better. And I'm going to look on this inner cover very quickly and make sure that I don't see the queen, because if I trap her up top, I will have brood in the honey box and honey and pollen in the brood box, and it won't be fun. But I do not see her. I actually see very little brood even up here, so I don't think that she hangs out up here much. I am plenty pleased with that. Slide that forward and call this good. this hive. Pop the lid. Plenty of bees come flowing up through the inner cover, smoke them down. This one also has the feeder rim still, so I'll probably have to do some extra scraping on it, which is why I have a paint scraper. I did find my hive tool after it was lost for a couple days. It was right where I left it, of course. I don't know if that's stuck on or just that heavy. I guess it's stuck on a little. Look at that. They do some amazing artwork, don't they? Just set that off to the side here. I'm going to smoke these puppies down. Lots of drones. Don't know if that's good or bad. Maybe I should check for some brood while I'm in here. Come on, walk away. I'm gonna leave it be. I trust that they made a queen. This has always been an excellent hive for me. There's my excluder. My honey box. Center that excluder on there better. I had that setting before as though there was no queen in here, but like I said, it's always been a really good hive. I'm pretty confident in its abilities to make a new queen. So this hive has a migratory cover, so it can't really be vented that well for the heat, but adding another box will certainly help. This one's marked as having a virgin queen in it, but with the number of bees in here, I'm going to guess otherwise. It's expanded quite a bit since I was in it last. There's no feeder rim in here, so I don't have to do any scraping. I can just plop that queen excluder down, drop my box and piss off the bees, put on the honey super, inner cover, migratory outer cover. I'm going to mark it that it has a queen, because I bet it does. Let's see here, virgin queen. Oh yeah. I must have a queen going in here because this was all blank foundation and now it's all packed full of honey. this on. And I'm going to give them a brand new, freshly stained box. I really like this stain look, so I think I'm going to be doing that going forward. Center that up. Need to get these frames together here, otherwise they'll draw that out funny. All that good.